Alrighty, folks. Welcome to the official announcement for our main trip of 2014. Angie has the information right there. I posted the little bit of clues, I think it was yesterday, about the flights I found a good deal on that's going to be, that we're going to be taking on over to this destination.
And it is... Oh, not yet. Gotcha.
Crazy sweetie. But anyways, this trip has been well underway now for about 3 or 4 months now as far as planning goes. We started planning it, booking stuff way back in December before Christmas. In fact, we started planning it about the same time as the cruise and just got back from the cruise. So now we get to really start getting into this one, and we're going to go ahead and unleash it to the world here in just a minute. But here is this part that I showed yesterday. Have that layover in Paris. We'll be going through Boston International Airports to Paris, and we're going to have a nice long layover in Paris, but that is not our final destination. Actually, believe it or not, from Boston to Paris is not the longest flight we're going to be on. Boston to Paris is about 6 hours and 40 minutes en route, but our flight from Paris to our destination is actually 10 hours and 35 minutes, which is going to be on an Airbus A380 as well. Boston, yeah.
On that motherfucker.
Yeah. Boston to Paris is on a Boeing 747. As well as from Paris back to Boston, and then from our other destination, to Paris on the A380. It's like a mirror image going back. But anyways, we'll be day layover in Paris, and then from Paris, 10 hours and 35 minutes en route on down to beautiful Southern Africa. Yes. And as you can tell, our map I just colored in the countries that we visited from the cruise just today, scratched those off. Africa is very bare, as you can tell. I've only had a connection there in Egypt. Doesn't really count, but I've kind of scratched it off anyway. But yeah, we're going to be going to Southern Africa in July and August of this year. 4 months from today actually is departure, as you can tell from this sheet here. Now I can show you everything. We're going to be flying from Paris to Johannesburg, Southern Africa,
Yes.
on the 24th of July.
Something to add. Miss Katrina, you were correct with your first guess. Very good.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of good guesses on the thread yesterday, but Katrina had the first guess on there, which was correct. She said somewhere in Africa, and indeed is somewhere in Africa.
I was like, I looked her up, I was like, shit, she guessed right. I'm going to try to distract her with, oh, not quite.
Yeah, Paris is a very big connection hub. I mean, you could go pretty much anywhere in the world out of Paris. A lot of places in Europe, people guess a lot of places in Europe, like Norway and Germany and Greece and a few other places, but Katrina has Southern Africa. Yeah, we're going to be going from Paris all the way down to here. The countries we are going to be visiting is a lot, actually. We're going to be flying into Johannesburg, doing a 9-day tour through a lot of Southern Africa. We're going to be visiting Swaziland as well as part of Mozambique. We got to send in our passports to get visas for Mozambique, and that's going to be a 9-day camping tour. It's going to include a safari and some beach time, and I think there's even a homestay on there too for about 9 days. And then after that trip, that's through Intrepid Travel, we're going to be flying over to Cape Town. Cape Town's not on this map, but Cape Town's right in there. We're going to be doing a hike up Table Mountain there.
Being cute.
Yes, actually this is our list here. The Kloof Corner climb, we're going to be climbing that. We're also going to be doing a hike through the Cape of Good Hope. And as I was saying before, Angie's going to be overcoming one of her biggest fears, and that is the shark cage dive off of Cape Town, which is one of the biggest and most popular places in the world to do a shark dive. She's been fearing that her whole life, but she's ready for it, I think.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm like half, oh my god. I'm like half afraid, half curious. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna, like, I'll probably pee before I get in that cage, is all I'm saying.
Sure, we'll all be a little scared. And then after Southern Africa, or after Cape Town, we're going to be flying up to Livingstone, which is in Zambia. And you can probably guess what we're going to be doing there. So you can tell our obsession with waterfalls. We're going to be visiting the famous Victoria Falls.
Ooh, are we gonna get drenched?
Ooh, yes we are. In fact, Victoria Falls, we're going to be getting like right into the falls, like literally inside the waterfall. It's going to be cool. It's not like at Iguazu, they kind of take you up, you get the spray and stuff. It was pretty cool. Same thing with Niagara. No, this one you can actually go up there and sit on the edge of the waterfall, and they have like an Angel's Jacuzzi and Devil's Pool, and the Devil's Pool might be closed when we're there, but Angel's Jacuzzi will be open. Either way, it's there. You can sit right on the edge.
Very clearly remember me being soaked all the way down to my underwear after Iguazu Falls. That was more than a spray.
Oh yeah, you'll get.
That was good.
Yeah, it's the dry season when we're going to be going. That's one of the reasons why we're going this time of year, so we can experience Victoria Falls at its fullest. Otherwise, it'll be too wet. You won't be able to go over to Livingstone Island because it'd be too flooded if we went during the wet season. So we'll be doing Victoria Falls up there. We're also going to be doing a cheetah walk and lion walk and stuff, where we get to interact with cheetahs and lions, actually walk beside them, hold them, pet them, bunch of cool stuff. There's a lunar rainbow tour, which is one of the few. This is one of the few places in the world where you can see a rainbow at night. I believe the other place is right here in Kentucky at Cumberland Falls. At least I heard a rumor about that. But Victoria Falls, you can really see it really well. And then, yeah, the island, the tour around Livingstone Island. Oh, and we're going to be also going down. There's another country I left out. We're going to be doing a day trip in Chobe National Park in the country of Botswana. Right there. So we're going to be getting all kinds of new countries, pretty much knock out the entire southern region of Africa. But I'm really looking forward to the safari, African safari. It's always been a dream of mine. It's going to be amazing. But that is our 2014 trip, coming up with a departure date of July the 23rd, 2014. Well, we fly out on the 24th, but we might be flying to Boston on the day before, just in case there's a long delay or something. That's what I normally do.
Works for me.
But yeah, I've never actually been to Boston, so we could always hang out there.
Never been to Massachusetts, so there's a new state for me.
Oh yeah, I've driven through, but not actually to Boston, so it should be good. But before this video gets too long, I want to get this uploaded and announce it's on Facebook before the night is over, as I promised. Southern Africa. This will be my 6th official continent, even though I've unofficially already been there on connection via Cairo, Egypt. This will be my 6th, Angie's 4th.
Yes.
And,
I have North America, South America, and Asia.
Yes. This will be our 5th main trip since we've moved to Lexington. The first one was China, Japan, which was about a year ago. Then we had our Circle Lake Erie trip, finally knocked out Canada. Then we had South America in the fall. Circle Lake Erie trip was in the summer, by the way. South America in the fall, and then we just got back from the cruise, finally knocked out Mexico and a few other countries around there. And then this one will be our 5th major trip since the move to Lexington. And 5th major trip in about a year and a half, which is pretty damn awesome.
Yes. My favorite trip so far has been that Caribbean cruise.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, my God. That was my perfect idea of a vacation. It was perfect. Everything was perfect.
But anyways, folks, that is the plan for summer of 2014. We'll see everybody
Southern Africa.
as we approach closer.
Motherfuckers.
Southern Africa coming up here in 4 months from today.